Hey, Lottie.
Hey, Ergo.
Have I told you about this friend of mine who's made a really cool website?
I don't know.
He's made this, you know, the internet used to be really cool because it used to be full of cool websites, right? And nowadays, going on the internet isn't cool. You've just got to do your banking, go on your socials, and that's not cool, that's not fun. But I got to tell you, my friend's website is lots of fun.
Oh yeah.
You see, my friend is one of those autistic people.
Oh, like me.
Yeah, like me, and he's got a special interest, right? And I knew nothing about this. Apparently, there's this group of people who are like they're really open-minded and like want to look forward in terms of thought, and they all get together and do all sorts of things. It's mainly men, but some women. Some women.
It's always not mainly men, isn't
but
it?
But generally, yeah, it's mainly men, as always. And there's this group of people who are obviously like really cool because, you know, they get to do whatever they want, and because they're so free, they're known as the Freemasons.
All right.
Have you heard of them, listeners?
No.
I'd never heard of them ever, and that's because, listeners, they're secret.
Oh right.
They're a secret society, the Masons, and you know. They're really good at being secret. That's why there's lodges everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But they've got this real cool catchphrase at the moment. Check this out. They say this. They say, "We're not a secret society. We're a society with secrets." And that's different.
I run a secret society.
Do you?
Well, I mean...
Well, you can't tell anyone about it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like, you know, there are other secret societies.
Is it a secret society or is it a society with secrets?
Well, no, well, maybe both.
Right.
It's called Slow Worm Club.
Oh yeah, well, that is a
I
wonderful
can't
secret
disclose
society.
the membership list.
No.
And I also can't disclose the membership ideology, which we may see in time.
Yeah. Well, my friend...
It's to do with slow worms.
Yeah. My friend, he's developed this new... My autistic friend has developed this new special interest in these cool guys called the Freemasons. And he has made a real cool website all about them. It's a freemasonfans.blogspot.com, because the Freemasons are like secret. Even if you're a society with secrets and not secret society, there is still some. I mean, there's obviously some kind of secrecy going on there. My friend is he considers himself not a follower of the Masons, but more of a fan of the Masons. Yeah. Well, like a fanboy.
Yeah, great.
The longer my friend, he's updating his website at freemasonfans.blogspot.com. He's updating his website, almost daily, with like trivia about the Masons, with stuff about some of the things that the Masons, some of the cool things they like to do when they get together, and it's like also
eating soup.
That was coincidentally. That was the next thing I was going to say. It does have on their website. On my friend's website, it has already a couple of Freemason recipes.
Right.
In fact, I'm going to look at it because
chomping at the bit.
I'm going to go on the website. It's only been what they eat.
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen them.
Let's go to Freemason.
Sort of like the garlic festival and stuff like that. I always wonder what will they eat, because obviously when you're at the garlic festival, it's sort of like quite weighted in one direction, and
Well, Lottie, I can tell you from the information...
The rest of the time it isn't the Garlic Festival.
The information that I am reading...
Something that's kept me up at night many times.
What do Freemasons eat? Well, the information I'm reading on freemasonfans.blogspot.com, my buddy's website, my autistic buddy's website, in tribute to the Masons, of whom he is a big fan. So it says here, across Britain, Europe and North America, Masonic meals tend to revolve around classic comfort dishes. Roast beef with potatoes and vegetables, steak and ale pie, roast chicken with gravy, lamb dishes, fish courses on Fridays or during religious observances, thick soups and bread, cheese boards and puddings. So that's what they eat. But the website is not just Mason recipes. It has like Freemason of the day, Freemason fact of the day.
Who's the Freemason of today?
It looks like there hasn't been an update today. The latest update was yesterday. But the Freemason of the day yesterday was that real cool guy, Jason Giorgiani. Do you remember him?
Yeah, with his roll neck.
Yeah, and then and his Kant.
Yeah, his Kant.
His Immanuel Kant. It's also on Wednesday, May the 13th, they posted about some of the most famous Masons. They have a most famous Masons section, and that was about Ernest Borgnine. You can look at Freemason underwear. There's a picture of a real cool Mason girl. Now, how do I go? Okay, older post. This is freemasonfans.blogspot. Look at that. Anton Deck is on there, the Masons. There's a lovely recipe for corned beef. And there's like an in-depth article about the gloves that they wear, the black ones. Do you want to hear
Do they wear black gloves or white gloves?
I think. Well, let's see what it says.
No, sorry, wait a minute. I've never heard of Freemasonry before. I forgot. What gloves?
Well, it says here on the website that it's like most Masons wear white gloves, but the coolest Masons wear the black leather ones.
Right. Yeah.
So it's got stuff like that. It's got some wonderful poetry on there. Do you want to hear a lovely Mason poem? It's this is posted on May the 13th by a wonderful young man, a beautiful ode to every young man's dream, becoming a Mason. This is freemasonfans.blogspot.com, which is my friend's fan page to his new special interest in Masons. Street lamps bloom like secret flowers on the wet black tongue of evening, and I walk home with my hands in my pockets thinking about the square and compass like they are silver moons hidden in velvet. The men at the lodge hall always seemed carved from oak, smoke and winter, their shoes shining like dark rivers, their laughter low as organ notes beneath the ceiling fans. I am still all elbows and unfinished thunder, still breaking pencils in algebra, still getting told to stop dreaming in class. But someday I will cross that invisible bridge from hallway static boyhood into the kingdom of midnight handshakes. The symbols call to me like constellations behind curtains. Columns, aprons, stars, candles trembling like small prophetic birds. Everything secret glows brighter. My father, this bit's wonderful. This bit, I cried the first time I read this bit.
Right.
The other day when I went on freemasonfans.blogspot.com. My father says becoming a man is mostly carrying heavy things quietly. But I think it must also mean learning the hidden names of light. Huh?
Oh, wow. I mean,
that's
amazing.
And the Masons, God, they seem like the coolest men alive, keepers of old storms and impossible geometry, walking through ordinary streets with galaxies folded inside their jackets. So I wait, 15 years old and restless as rainwater, watching the moon hang above the rooftops like a coin no one has spent yet, certain that somewhere beyond youth, a door of gold and cedar is already opening for me. You know what was really interesting is because my friend asked me because my friend, you know, he's autistic and he doesn't use any of those social networks because they're awful. And I still have them as a hangover from the time when I used to have to, you know, where I used to use the internet to try and make money, which was always a fool's errand. It turns out. But he asked me if I would get in touch with the Masons for him.
Yeah.
And basically he asked me if I would post a link to his amazing, cool Freemasonry fan site, and the Masons got in touch with me, and I don't know why they seemed like a little bit upset about it.
Yeah,
or something. They said, "What's this all about?" And then he said, "No answer," because I didn't go online in between.
Oh wow, there was a follow-up.
Yeah, there was a follow-up, so the Mason threatened me a little bit, which I didn't understand because I thought they were real cool. But anyway, the good news is because it's my friend's special interest, and he made this amazing website at freemasonfans.blogspot.com. I've got a feeling it's going to become, because I'm autistic too, I've got a feeling it's going to become one of my special interests. Now listen to this.
Oh, I'm already there.
Listen to this. This is on the on freemasonfans.blogspot.com. Freemason recipes, beef and potatoes. This is a favourite recipe of famous Mason Tony Blair. Instructions: 1. Cook potatoes. Heat oil in a large skillet over high heat, because you see, Masons are real men and real men cook on skillets. Add cubed potatoes and cook, stirring often until they are golden and tender, about 6 minutes. Step 2. Brown beef. Reduce heat to medium. Add ground beef, onion and red bell pepper to the skillet. Cook, breaking the meat apart until browned, about 5 to 7 minutes. 3. Season. Stir in the Worcestershire sauce, Dijon mustard, smoked paprika, garlic powder, oregano, salt, pepper and hot sauce. Cook for 1 to 2 minutes more until fragrant. 4. Finish and serve. Garnish with green onions. Serve hot. Optionally with sour cream or extra hot sauce. Now, don't even get me started on how cool, like my new hero, the brilliant, super cool Freemason Vince the Toastmaster, who sings a lovely song on YouTube to Mason women.
I will later on.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do a remix.
I think I probably should do
friend.
a remix. Hey, there's an old Mason song here. Do you want to hear a bit of it?
Yeah, great.
This is an old Mason song. It's got a picture of that bloke. He must be a Mason, Duncan Hammertime. And I guess I'll make up the tune. By candle dim and compass wide, where silent brethren stand beside, I took the mallet in my hand to shape the roughness of this land. The ashlar waits. What's an ashlar? The hour is late. No man escapes the weight of fate.
and every strike the iron spoke. You're chopping at your own rough block. So strike it true, strike it square, with honest heart and steady care, for none may hide and none may mock the man who works his own rough block. Stone by stone and fault by fault, past pride and fear and grinding thought, the temple rises from the shock of chopping at my own rough block.
What?
The plumb line swayed before my eyes. It showed no comfort, told no lies. The level whispered low and grim. All towers begin by shaping him. No king nor beggar walks exempt. No polished word, no false attempt. The chisel rang, the rafters rocked, while chopping at my own rough block. So strike it true and strike it square, with honest heart and steady care, for none may hide and none may mock the man who works his own rough block.
Oh, it goes on, doesn't it?
Stone by stone and fault by fault, past pride and fear and grinding thought, the temple rises from the shock of chopping at my own rough block.
Now it's the bridge.
And if my hands are torn and scarred, the labour wholly stern and hard, I'll leave behind no gilded name, only a truer soul reclaimed. For every brother yet unborn must face the hammer every morn, and here within the mason's knock you're chopping at your own rough block. Then strike it true and strike it square, the architect is everywhere, and every heart must bear the shock of chopping at its own rough block, until the working tools are laid and dust returns to earth and shade. May wisdom guide the final knock, while chopping at my own rough block.
So Masons, if the length of that song is going, anything to go by.
That's what they get up to.
Cool Masons, yeah, they spend a lot of time
singing,
chopping at their own rough blocks and singing. I don't know whether they chop at their own rough blocks and sing at the same time, but we'll see whether they do that individually or in groups. We don't know whether they chop at their own blocks in groups, or maybe they also chop off each other's blocks. So
is it like a marble block?
I'm not sure. I think they can chop at any block as long as it's their own block. I think they can chop at it, and that's just a small smattering of the delights that you can see on freemasonfans.blogspot.com, and I think my autistic friend has no intention of ever giving up.
Great, he's not going to sell out either.
He's never going to sell out, but he does
up the autistics.
He does want to become one day, a Mason. But it's difficult for him because he doesn't have much self-esteem, so he doesn't think like, you know, he's a really cool kid, but he doesn't think he's cool. And that, as far as I know, is the first what do you call it? The first stipulation or whatever for condition for joining the Masons. Is that you have to be cool.
Right, yeah.
And it's the first thing they ask you. If you go to the lot, try it. Not you, of course, because it's for men.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm one of them evil non-binaries as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. So get over to the lodge, guys, men, and to meet your Mason brothers. And you know, they're involved. This is the other thing that I haven't said yet about the Masons. I've said that they are really cool. I haven't said why they're so cool.
Why are they so cool?
The reason that the Masons are so cool, as well as that they get to wear all these groovy clothes and things like that.
Sort of envelope.
Envelope.
He's got a little envelope on his.
Oh, the little trouser envelope.
The trouser
thing.
envelope.
Yeah. That's really
they have
cool.
to go through a letterbox.
Yeah, they do. They do. They can anyway. That's part of being a Mason. But the thing that actually makes the Masons like the very, very coolest guys is, well, first of all, you know, they just don't give a damn. Mm. They play by their own rules.
Yeah, well, they are free.
Yeah, they are free Masons. They can go around, you know, wherever they want, doing whatever they want. Then they're like, don't you diss me, I am a Mason.
Well, I suppose if you can build a house, you're kind of sorted in this country, really.
You are, exactly. And I've seen the Masons given, you know, not that much, but I've heard people sort of dissing the Masons a bit, and you should never diss a Mason, because here's the fact, right? The Freemasons, they do so much for the community. Charity work, building parks and community centres, and hang on a minute. I'm just going to go back on freemasonfans.blogspot.com. I'm going to find out what else they do. Good things in the community. They help.
I love it when we're
charity work, work in community centres.
Right.
Cutting ribbons at hospitals, supermarkets, charity work, you know, ensuring a vibrant community, charity work. You know, they do all of these things, play in the public space. And, you know, if you removed the Masons from our culture, you know, there'd be a void. Well, there'd be a void where the giving was.
Yeah.
Lottie, a void where the giving was, because that is exactly what Freemasons do. They give and they give and they give, and what do they get back in reward? Well, for one thing, they get a great website.
Oh, yeah.
A really great website.
And that's all anyone's ever really wanted, isn't it?
Well, I don't have a website.
I don't have a website.
I'd love it if some cool kid... If I was some cool kid's special interest. I'm a little bit surprised I'm not, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But...
I'm a lot of people's special interest, and it's not pleasant.
No, I'm a lot of people's special interest too, and it isn't that pleasant. Okay, so to continue, I'm going to read you, dear listener, another item from freemasonfans.blogspot.com, my friends, my autistic friends' special interest website, and this is an actual review of an actual Mason ritual, because the Masons, like, they're super cool, so they don't, there's guinea pig war happening down there. The Masons are super cool, and all of their work that they do, like, you know, like charity work, giving, community centres, public parks, public toilets and charity work and all of that, that's all really cool. But I suspect that it's not as cool as what those Masons get up to in private now, is it? And that's a secret. These things are secrets, but things leak out, and I can tell you, on Freemason Fans, something has seemingly leaked out, because there seems to be a review of a Freemason event, presumably written by an actual cool Mason. So listen to this. I wasn't sure what to expect walking into the old lodge hall on Thursday night, but within 5 minutes I realised I had stumbled into the coolest club meeting on earth. The room looked like a cross between a historical library, a secret society from an adventure movie, and the backstage area of a very classy theatre production. Everyone somehow managed to look simultaneously dignified and unbelievably relaxed. The Masons themselves were fantastic. A perfect mix of wise professors, retired sea captains, mechanics with encyclopedic memories, and the kind of guys who can build a shed, quote philosophy, and tell a great joke all in the same conversation. Imagine people like that, Lottie.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Imagine you were that cool.
But sheds, no.
No, but if you saw me build a shed, quote philosophy, and tell a great joke at the same time. But quoting philosophy can be telling a great joke, so that's a bit of
I did help build a shed once, actually.
Really?
It feel like an art thing.
I once tried to lay some decking, and then a local man came round and did it whilst I stood there humiliated, because at that time I felt some kind of weird shame that I wasn't particularly skilled at things like putting in decking and building sheds, because our stupid society makes males feel, even if they're astrophysicists, that they're not a proper male unless they like have some interest in putting screws in wood. Oh, how fascinating. Putting screws in wood is for people who like putting screws in wood and who ain't got other pastimes.
I think also,
frankly,
if you do it for a living, you probably don't go on and on about it socially, because you probably don't want to do it when you're at home. So the only people who go on and on and on about doing DIY are people who actually aren't very good at it.
Yeah, but this is also why Masons don't go on and on about being Masons. No, they don't go on and on about it, do they? Have you ever met a Mason who's gone on and on and on about being a Mason? No. So they're also humble. Really. Humility is cool. Oh, you've met some Masons. My dad's a Mason. You've met Masons. Okay, so where were we in the review? Every person I talked to seemed genuinely happy to be there, and there was none of the stiff exclusivity I expected. Instead...
Oh, you're not liking classical music?
No. Instead, it felt like being welcomed into a centuries-old tradition by people who actually enjoy each other's company.
Wow.
Masons. And now the thing is, right, that's actually inevitable. Because if you want to be in the Masons, you got to be, like, really, really cool. So if everyone there is really cool, then they are all going to get on with each other, aren't they?
Oh,
That's just what happens. What really stood out, though, this bit, I found this bit quite invigorating, was the camaraderie. These guys clearly loved hanging out together. There was endless laughter before and after the ceremony, people helping each other. Do you hear that, Lottie?
Wow.
Helping each other set things up, and constant good-natured banter about who forgot their gloves or mispronounced an ancient phrase 20 years ago and still hasn't lived it down. And honestly, the aesthetic was incredible. Dark suits, old regalia, ornate decorations, ceremonial gavels. The whole thing had the energy of a hidden society dedicated to wisdom, friendship, and having impeccable taste in interior lighting. By the end of the night, I left with the strong impression that Freemasonry isn't really about secrets at all, eh?
Oh.
It's about fellowship, tradition, self-improvement, and a bunch of remarkably cool people keeping a strange and wonderful old culture alive together. 10 out of 10 experience. Oh, it's come from TripAdvisor, this. Would absolutely return for another evening of mysterious symbolism and surprisingly excellent coffee. Now, Lottie.
Yeah.
If you found out that as well as being the coolest people in the world, that Masons also had the best coffee, how would you feel then?
Oh, I guess I'd have to take back that I thought that it was Italy and like Brazil and stuff, but I guess not.
So, it's funny that you should mention the interior lighting, because I've been doing a bit of research into the Masons' use of interior lighting.
Yeah.
And apparently in Masonic ritual, interior lighting is never merely illumination, it's a revelation staged in shadow.
Oh,
The
really?
lodge does not banish darkness, it converses with it. Candles tremble at the edges of the room like ancient witnesses, and every lamp becomes a deliberate star suspended against the obscurity of unknowing. In that measured glow, the initiate is not simply shown a chamber, but invited into a condition of seeing. There is also intimacy in such light. The lodge glows not with the harsh exposure of daylight, but with the inward warmth of contemplation. Gold tones soften the room into reverence. Darkness gathers above the brethren like a vaulted night sky, while below, circles of illumination bind them together in quiet fraternity. The space feels suspended outside ordinary time, as if the ritual itself were occurring somewhere between memory and dream. Because
Right.
the Masons, they're all into building atmosphere, because
Sort of like-
you can't do a ritual
sort of
without
like-
atmosphere.
Drama novel, like dream story, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wow,
it is quite a lot like drama novel. Yeah, you can't have a ritual without moody lighting, can you?
No.
Have you ever tried to do a ritual under like strip lights?
Well, actually, I mean, I do. To be fair, I do like quite a lot. Like,
Well,
sort of all day, every day.
Yeah, well, you do, Lottie, but
But like, it's difficult for men, isn't it?
that's what I mean. You know, men have to, because they spend so much time worrying about the manly
Like
tasks.
men things.
The manly tasks that they have to perform in the course of that day, that to get into a state of ritual concentration, then they need to go,
Wear, like, a hat.
yeah, they need to go a little bit
Yeah.
theatrical. They get heavy with the mood lighting. They've
Yeah.
moved onto recently, I've heard, the Masons have moved onto LEDs
Right.
in the rituals.
Well, so a lot. Like I've got.
Well,
tomatoes. I've been growing them under.
Yeah,
LED.
well, when we worked in the various major opera houses, they've all switched to LEDs.
Yeah, because it's not as hot under the lights.
Well,
Like,
exactly.
I imagine, like, for Masons with all that. Yeah,
Where with the
like
if you've got
under those
if you've
what are
got
they called?
don't
Gold
forget.
ones, not LEDs.
I think they've got Masonic underwear as well.
Oh, right.
So they've
Well,
got
like
the
the
Masonic.
Mormons.
Yeah. The Masons and the Mormons are very closely related, aren't they, Mom and Dad? And the
That's amazing.
yeah,
That's
and
something new.
if they're wearing
Something
their
better
Mason,
today.
if they're wearing their Mason underwear, Then on top of that, they've got their well, you know, some of them, their thermals as well on top of that, and then their business suit, and then on top of that business suit, you've got those heavy vestments.
I mean, yeah.
They don't. A priest doesn't have to wear a suit under his vestments.
No.
He just wears the vestments.
He wears the vestments.
I don't even know
And he
if
doesn't
priests
have,
wear
like,
underwear.
What are they called?
Do
The
priests
old
have special
stage-
underwear, or is that just Masons
No.
and Mormons?
What were the old stage lights called? What were they made of? I can't remember.
They were-
Was it halogens? Or what were they called? Did it begin with an F?
That's a very good. That's a very good
anyway,
question.
like,
yeah.
you know, priests don't have to deal with that, do they? So
We've forgotten all the old theatre terms, but yeah.
yeah, that's how they.
If
Get
you're
rid of the past.
for a priest, well, they're generally working in natural light.
Yeah.
But Masons, because they're cool, so it's very exclusive. They work with more kind of theatrical lighting, and in the old days, it was not uncommon for Masons at rituals to just sweat to death.
Wow.
Because the weight of those vestments under those old style theatre lights, which had a name, didn't they? Now, what was that name? Look at those old two seasoned theatre professionals.
I can't remember.
And because there's only LED lights, we can't remember the names of the old lights. But, like I say, it's much safer because we don't want the lovely theatres and opera houses to burn down, and we certainly do not want a room full of really cool Freemasons to burn in a hot ball of flame, do we, Lottie? That would be awful.
Well, that'd be awful.
Awful,
No one else
awful.
to anyone.
No, and a lot of those lodges, they're old buildings.
Right.
Those lodges, so you know, we kind of need to preserve them. Mozart was a Freemason back in the very early days of Freemasonry, which makes Mozart one of the pioneers of the business suit. And I think Isaac Newton as well. He looked really good in a tie, and those kind of really shiny shoes that he.
Was he a Mason?
I think Newton was a Mason, yeah. Because at the beginning, the Freemasons.
I mean, they were even cooler than they are now back then, weren't they?
Well, I mean, that's open to debate because
it depends on whether you're autistic or neurotypical as to whether or not you think those people are cool.
But at the time when Freemasonry first came about, because they try to make out it goes back to the Solomon of Temple of Shirley Temple, but it goes back to the Enlightenment, and at the time. It was basically a club for intelligent people to get away from all the stupid people and sit and talk about ideas, sit and talk about philosophy, sit and talk about necessary action that could be taken to improve the world. And, you know, the world's cleverest people would sit together and converse. So it's exactly what it's like now, isn't it? It's exactly the same, and that's why every single person who's in the Masons is like really cool.
And they
like,
all know about Mozart as well, don't they?
They do. Well, you know, Mel Gibson, he's in the Masons.
Oh yeah, he knows loads about Mozart.
He does, but you know who else is in the Masons? You know who's in the lodge? I think is in the same lodge as Mel Gibson. Is Jesus.
Wow.
You know the guy who played Jesus.
All right, not Jesus.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he might be.
I don't know. I think he's probably invisible.
He thinks the Earth is flat as
Jesus?
well. No, Jeff Caviezel.
Right. So
not Yeshua from Nazareth. But Jim Caviezel, who played Jesus in Mel Gibson's biblical splatter film, The Passion of the Christ. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think Mel and Jim go to the lodge. Go to the lodge together. And imagine, right? Imagine you were like on the streets of Hollywood, you're just visiting. And then you see these two guys walking down the street. And who is it? It's Mel Gibson and Jesus Christ. And they're walking down the street and you think, my God, I can't believe I've come to Hollywood and the first thing I see is these two rad, cool guys.
Masons.
Mel Gibson and Jesus Christ. And then they turn into a door. But it's not just any door. No, it's the door of your local cool Mason lodge where all the cool guys go and hang out. And isn't it a crying shame that nobody ever gets to see these Masons in their regalia? They should. The Masons should put on a show. We should get to see them in their vestments and regalia.
Yeah. Like everyone else who does some ritual, they tend to put on shows.
Yeah, and a lot of the Masons are in the entertainment industry. And I bet you there's a few Masons in the Gilbert and Sullivan societies as well. So if you put the high-end entertainment industry Masons together with the Gilbert and Sullivan Society Masons, well, you got yourself a review.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be...
Hope it's not a bad review.
Oh, no. Masons never get bad reviews.
No, they don't.
I've never read a bad review of a Mason. Not one. I've read on freemasonfans.blogspot.com. I've read a few real good reviews of the Masons and how cool they are, and I'm hoping that one day I'll be cool enough to be like the guys who are in the Masons. Do you think that might ever happen to me, Lottie?
I don't know, we can't all be that cool.
We can't all be that cool.
I'll never be that cool.
No, as cool as Jim Caviezel, aka Jesus Christ, of Hollywood. Incidentally, on that note, dear listeners, many years ago I wrote a radio play in which Mr. Punch met Mel Gibson at a meet and greet. And, you know, the Passion of the Christ, Mel Gibson's pious gorefest, pious family splatterfest, drama, comedy, kitchen sink, murder movie is I was talking about Mr. Punch meets Mel Gibson.
Oh, the meet and greet thing.
Yeah, Mr. Punch goes to the meet and greet and meets Mel Gibson at the meet and greet, and then and it turned out, because the pandemic happened, that Mr. Punch was the only person who met Mel Gibson at the meet and greet, because the meet and greet never happened because of the pandemic. And when Mr. Punch met Mel Gibson, they had a discussion about, given that Jesus dies at the end of the Passion story, it seemed a funny joke to suggest that there would be a Passion of the Christ too. But I can tell you, dear listeners, that the Passion of the Christ too is indeed on the way, and I bet you that, and I'm not joking, I bet you that has been made possible by the involvement of at least one or two Masons, because you can probably guess that most of the cool things that happen in the world wouldn't be happening without the Masons, you know. Just egging on culture, just egging on thought, just trying to push the way that people think and perceive and create forward, just like Mozart and Isaac Newton. Lottie, just in a slight side note here my current
It's
special interest is
we've
cleaning
got-
up some
it's-
guinea pigs.
It's sounds like the Reaper, doesn't it?
It does sound like the Reaper. I thought
we
I'd
could
better
do another
explain.
bit where we go into hell again.
Hey,
Although
I
the-
mean, we could go
I mean,
into
we can do it
hell.
another time.
But I mean, we kind of live in hell, don't we?
Well, yeah, but you know,
we
you
live.
know,
I don't mean
what
shift
sort
and
of
other.
Hades?
I
It's
mean,
just like-
planet Earth at the moment, the socio-political situation of
But-
planet Earth, where everybody knows now that the world is run by real nasty pieces of work who like eat children and things and terrible things, and everybody seems to be getting on normal. Going to work, pay taxes. It's fine. And then, but I'm not ready for that world at all. I don't want to live in a world where we just accept that the people in power are vicious, violent
I'm not
psychopaths
okay with people
who
being
operate
violent
completely above the law.
and eaten.
But you know what I've been thinking? What I've been thinking of doing, Lottie,
Yeah.
about all this stuff, about particularly about this thing that there's just these, you know, these like cross sections of society which are permitted to operate above the law, and obviously that's a problem, and is not a situation which.
Also, the law itself is the problem.
Yeah, the law. You know what happens when the lawmakers break the law. So I had a great idea. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take it to the top, and what I'm going to do is, with all this terrible stuff that's happening, I'm going to write to the Masons.
Yeah. Well, they might have.
I'm going to write to the Masons and tell them that there's this shady network running across loads of things in business, in the entertainment industry, and its connections to the military and all that. Because I bet you, if I tell one single cool Mason that, they're going to be livid.
Yeah, they'll be well.
They'll be really angry, and they are men of action, you know? We are men of action, we are men of will. And they, I presume, will finally do something about it. We need you. Listen, Freemasons, from a mere member, a mere layperson like me. I'll just take a sip of this now cold coffee because I talked. Still tastes great. Freemason guys, I accept that you guys are just way cooler than Lottie or me. Like, way, and like, sound technician Chris there at Sound Art sat patiently. He knows that he is never going to be cool enough to be a Mason, right?
I'm not.
But listen, guys, listen, Masons, it's time for you guys to step up for the original vision of true Freemasonry and set the world to right, Masons. Come on, guys, we're counting on you. We know you're cool. We know you look great in those lovely smocks and vestments and the handkerchiefs and all that. It's just all so damn cool that, like, people get shy to talk to you. People get shy to ask for things. But we all know that you guys, the coolest guys, the Masons, are here to do, like, charity work, helping, community centres, giving, Lido, community gardens, social initiatives, swimming pool, bowling green, community centre, giving, charity work, also sanctuary, charity, giving. You do all these cool, amazing things, and everyone, like, the plebs like us,
Oh yeah.
us non-vestment wearing plebeians, we need the people who are really cool to help us. It's time to step up, Masons. Time to show us what superheroes you are. If you want to live up to the reputation of being the coolest guys around, then Masons, help us. We need you now.
Yeah. Give it up. Now here we go. Famous, famous Mason. Crowd go crazy. Famous, 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 famous Mason. Likes to wave it. Vince Vaughn, tall and smiling, famous Mason. Crowd go wild in Kelsey Grammer. Sharp Tux Flavor, famous Mason major player. Steve Wozniak, co-creator, famous Mason innovator. Brad Paisley, strings on fire. Famous Mason, crowd ride higher. Famous, famous, famous Mason, baseline thunder. Famous, famous, famous Mason. Stars of wonder. Guy Fieri, Flames and Diners, famous Mason, trend designer. Trace Atkins, voice like gravel, famous Mason, worldwide travel. Kurt Warner, champion moments, famous Mason, fans all know it. Rob Riggle, laughs non-stop, famous Mason, can't be topped. Race ceiling. Famous, famous, famous Mason. Best feeling. Famous, famous, famous Mason. History glowing. Now you know it. Mel Gibson, big screen legend. Famous Mason, crowd respect him. Tom DeLonge, late night aliens. Famous Mason, wild rebellions. Richard Childress, trackside thunder. Famous Mason, built from hunger. Craig G. Nelson, cool and steady. Famous Mason, always ready. Joe Mantegna, smooth demeanor. Famous Mason, sharp as speaker. Famous Mason, spotlights flashing. Famous Mason, pure attraction. Spotlights flashing. Pure attraction. Famous, famous, famous Mason. Crowd go crazy. Ooh, ooh. Famous, famous, famous Mason. Likes to wave it. Give it up, yeah. Famous, famous, famous Mason. Chains all glowing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Famous, famous, famous Mason. We all know it. Know it. Yeah, give it up for the famous Masons. Raise the ceiling. Best feeling. History glowing. Famous, famous, famous Masons. Famous Masons. You know it? Yeah, you know it. You know it. Yeah?
You may not think that the Masons are a apt and adequate subject for pop music, but it turns out that they are. I'm just talking on the radio.
Oh.
We're going to take a little trip down into the pits of hell now.
Well, we're sort of, we need to kind of go through a few bits first, down to Hades, as I was saying.
Okay, so we're going to go to Hades.
We're going to go...
Why aren't we going to Hades? Oh, that's why. So,
We're going to
we
go and have a chat with the Reaper.
are going to have a chat with the Reaper. Can you hear his scythe? Listen to that scythe. Scything about. Oh, pull that scythe. Oh, scythe me, scythe me. Scythe me, baby. Oh, death. Oh, death. Scythe me with your scythe.
They will speak sort of via thought insertions.
Yeah.
Which, you know...
Oh, death.
The universal language.
Oh, death. I'm enjoying the sound of your scythe. You look really, really cool in that long robe that you're wearing. I bet with a robe like that, you're in the Masons, aren't you, Death? But Death wouldn't be able to tell you if he was in the Masons, because it's a secret.
Yeah. Well, it's good that it's a good thing then that he doesn't use words and it's all via thought insertion, and that the radio listeners can't actually hear that because it's not in the room.
Do you know who it is rumoured is a famous Mason? Shall I tell you?
Andy Kaufman?
No, you're going to be amazed by this. Dennis Rodman.
No. Friend of Little Father Kim Jong-un.
Friend of Little Father. My favourite dictator.
I mean,
his
how
good friend
could he not be?
Denny Rodman is rumoured, it's unconfirmed.
Right, yeah.
Rumoured to be in the Masons, which is really cool. And do you know why? Because
All the outfits.
Masons, at least according to Freemason fan site, freemasonfans.blogspot.com, Masons often enjoy a cheese board as a dessert.
Just like Little Father.
Yep, I know someone else who likes a cheese board. That's my little father, Kim Jong-un. Why do you like Little Father so much? Aren't you? Shouldn't you be, what do you call it? Exported, exiled, assassinated,
or something.
to North Korea if you think Little Father's so great. Don't you know he does terrible things? All our politicians do wonderful things. Charity work, giving, hospital,
playing the flute.
All our politicians are so wonderful. I mean, the release of the Epstein files really showed the moral beauty of our ruling
you
classes.
know what I mean? Like Ben Gavir, even earlier, just sort of on the TV.
What a lovely
on the TV,
man!
Whilst he was making all of the people from the flotilla, who we did a show for a few weeks ago, who have now, a lot of them have been arrested and are being tortured. And he said, and I quote, "Now look at them, they came out here with all heroic aspirations or something. They don't look like heroes now, do they?"
Yeah.
On the floor, as he had them all sort of shackled and on the knees. And then what did he say? He said, "Tell Mr. Netanyahu that give them to me for a while, we'll take them to our synagogues." Now that sounds very... Give them to me for a while, in the context of the guy who sort of has just put through the death penalty only for Palestinians, really.
Yeah, what a lovely man.
I mean, he's just, so fit, isn't he? I mean, he's amazing.
Sexy.
It's amazing that we'll support this man. I've never seen him with his mouth shut, either.
Most of them, they can't shut their mouths. Have you ever seen him not screaming? I mean, this guy is just such an unbelievable, and I'm not allowed to say what the obvious descriptor is for him, but I mean, the fact that we're supporting this man is amazing. It's fascinating, and I'm not supposed to like the coolest dictator ever, Little Father Kim Jong-un, and now that he's got his amazing big sister, his daughter, who's going to be the new Little Father as big sister. Little Father knows how to be a dictator. He likes cheese, he's funny, he wears military uniforms, he looks cool in like his black leather jacket and his black leather gloves, sitting having a giggle on his tank and all that. He looks really cool, and you know, that's the kind of dictator that I want, not this kind of sort of like wantonly parading about their evil kind of dictator. At least Kim Jong-un's got a lovely smile. You can't say the same thing for Ben Gvir or Benjamin Netanyahu, or can you say that Keir Starmer has a lovely smile?
I don't know, I can barely
No.
see his face really. It's
But
just
how
sort of
many
a
times?
drawing. He has nothing.
You could count how many times you've seen Keir Starmer smile, which is 0.
I mean, he pretends to smile a lot.
It's more like a smize.
I mean, he smiles when he talks about Peter Mandelson.
Oh, does he?
Well, he said...
Oh, when he said, to us he's just Peterphile.
No, that's Peter Thiel.
Oh yeah, that is Peter Thiel, who, if you don't know, dear listeners, the NHS has just been sold to a company called Palantir, which is run by a billionaire paedophile whose name is Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel. He's a famous paedophile called Paedophile. That's like being called a famous Mason called Perry Mason. Now, I have to find out if Ray Watsy-Doodle, I'm just going to ask the internet, was Perry Mason a Mason? Was Perry Mason a Mason? I can't remember the actor's name. The character was not a Mason. Yeah, that's not what I meant. What's his name? Perry Mason. Actor. Raymond Burr. Okay. Imagine, Lottie, how exciting this is going to be if it turns out. Was Raymond Burr a Freemason? Oh, but look at this. No, Raymond Burr was not a Freemason, but his famous defense attorney character, Perry Mason, was occasionally rumored to be associated with the fraternity. Okay, what I want to know now, for my new special interest, is are there any famous Masons with the surname Mason? Because that would be good, wouldn't it? That would be good, but not quite as good. At that time, we met someone whose name was Mr. who was about to submit his PhD and become Dr. Mr.
Oh yeah, that was a great day.
But I can tell you now, Lottie, I can tell you that it just made me think that James Mason was a Freemason. No, but a celebrated NBA basketball player called Anthony Mason is a Mason.
Right.
The first governor of Michigan called Stevens Mason. Stevens. Not Stephen, because he's cool. He's two
How
Stevens.
does it work when he's when he's plural?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, we can all go plural sometimes.
Look at this. The official
In the multiverse.
Freemason website, and you can join online apparently if you can show that you're cool enough. It has a link with famous. It says on here. It says on here that Peter Sellers was a Freemason.
Really?
No, I know for a fact Peter Sellers wasn't a Freemason because his father tried to get him to join the Masons, but he thought it was too funny and they had to physically throw him out on the street.
About this the other day.
But the Masons are claiming Peter. I was talking about it the other
They're like
day.
the Mormons. They just
Yeah.
claim anyone.
Yeah, Like, did you know, dear listeners, that the LDS Church, with their baptisms for the dead, they baptise everyone who's dead?
But they've also got this whole thing, haven't they, in the Mormon thing with born-again stuff, where the whole idea is that you've got to be able to sort of be old enough and consent to the baptism. So if you're dead, it's not really... And then lots of people baptise their kids into it, those sorts of born-again things anyway.
Can you?
So how do you... I don't know. I'm going to stop trying to understand human sort of bureaucratic, sort of religious stuff.
Josephine Baker was a female Freemason.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I would absolutely love
this cold
a cup of coffee. I'll have
that's
that little
yours.
bit, Paul. Cold coffee at the moment. Because there are female Masons too.
Wow.
I've got a female Mason badge for a sister, because you can be a brother and a sister. It's a bit more niche being a girl Mason, but the door is open for you, Lottie, if you wanna be cool.
Great.
One of the most famous Masons, of course, is Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, right.
One of the pioneers of hip hop. Yes, it's the clues in the name. He's a grandmaster, and the Furious Five. You know Grandmaster Flash, Furious Five, all Masons, all Masons.
Right.
What they don't let you know is that Rapper's Delight was actually recorded at a lodge meeting. Early on. It was on the day that Flash was celebrating becoming a grandmaster, and they thought they'd put a record on, and spirits got a bit high, and they're in the lodge one beautiful night over beef and gravy and a cheese platter. Rap music and hip hop was invented, and you wouldn't Grandmaster Flash is not the kind of guy. I mean, obviously he's like really cool, but not necessarily you would think he was a Mason. Richard Pryor was also a Mason, and he was super cool.
Yeah, I mean.
So, I mean, there are Masons of all different types, of all different creeds, of all different colours, all held together by the unity of being cool. Yeah, come on. Yeah. A shrine we know where purest flame illumes and warms a holy place, where all bear one endearing name and all the soul beams from the face. The good and true from every land are welcomed by the Master's hand. Give it up, yeah, for the Master's hand. Give it up, yeah. A peaceful wayside shrine is here, and here we build our chosen home, while toward our tapers burning clear, no stranger's footstep e'er can come, for pilgrims find their native land, and welcomed by the Master's hand. We know a brother's voice among 10,000 first gets Tony's heard. He speaks with us the ancient tongue, translated in the holy word. A proof he takes his equal stand, while welcomed by the Master's hand. When welcomed by the Master's hand. Yeah, take it away, man. Within our temple met again, with hearts and purpose strong, we'll raise our notes of grateful praise with union in our song. Around our altar's sacred shrine may love's pure incense rise, bearing upon its mystic flame our music to the skies. Kind Father, hear our prayer, we bow before thy throne. Oh, may we find acceptance there, and peace before unknown. Within these walls may peace and harmony be found. May faith and charity increase, and hope and love abound.
genius of masonry descend in mystic numbers while we sing. Enlarge our souls that craft defend, and hither all thy influence bring. Oh, may our voice of friendship move, be virtue ours in all its parts. Let justice, harmony, and love command possess our faithful heart.
Net in friendship's kinder name, we around our altar stand, owning each religion's claim, bowing at a straight command.
Hail, universal Lord, by heaven and earth adore. All hail, great God from heaven, thy dwelling place. Send down thy saving grace.
Now we must close our labors here, though sad it is to part. May love, relief, and truth sincere unite each brother's heart. Now to our homes we haste away, still filled with love and light. And may each heart in kindness say, good night, brother, good night.
Yeah, part in peace with deep thanksgiving, rendering as we homeward tread, gracious service to the living, tranquil memory to the dead. Part in peace, such are the praises God our Maker loveth best. Such the worship that abraises human hearts to heavenly rest. Behold, how pleasant and how good for brethren such as we, of the accepted brotherhood, to dwell in unity.
'Tis like oil on Aaron's head, which to his feet stills, like Hermon's dew so richly shed on Zion's sacred hills. For there the Lord of light and love, a blessing sent with power. Oh, may we all this blessing prove in life forevermore.
Our friendships on the horizon here, our hands now apply to be, to live in love with heart sincere and peace and unity. Oh, welcome, brother, to our band, though strong its numbers now, and high its lofty pillars stand, and noble arches bound. Oh, welcome, if thy heart be true, thou find us a home, where daily adding columns new unto our glorious dome. Yeah! Now let our ardent prayers arise for blessings on his brow, and bear our offering to the sky for him who joins us now. Now let our ardent prayers arise for blessings on his brow, and bear our offering to the skies for him who joins us now. Behold how pleasant and how good for brethren such as we, of the accepted brotherhood, to dwell in unity. How pleasant and how good for brethren such as we, of the accepted brotherhood, to dwell in unity. Oh, Lottie, I'm so glad I've got a new special interest. And you know, if my friend hadn't made that amazing website, freemasonfans.blogspot.com, these guys are so secret that they think you're never going to find out about. I had no idea. There was this community of like the coolest men in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Who not only wear business suits but also wear vestments.
I mean, it's like magic estate agents, isn't it?
It is, exactly.
Fancy estate agents.
Yeah, and right, you can't just like be a priest just because you want to be a priest. You have to do certain things to become a priest. You have to be pious. You have to be a good listener. And, you know, Jesus reading Bible stuff. You can't just put the vestments on. Similarly, you can't just don the vestments to be a cool Mason. It's not a matter of that. You have to work at it. You have to learn the songs.
This is like a levelling up process.
It's a levelling up process from the bottom of Masonry to the top of Masonry, to being a fully liberated Mason.
You sort of, by the end of it, you know loads of songs.
You know, I mean, by the end
so many songs.
have you ever met a high-level Mason without a vast repertoire?
I mean, the thought.
Yeah. Well, look at Grandmaster Flash. How many records do you think he has?
He's probably got quite a lot. He's probably even got like sort of weird things like the Home and Away single.
I bet you he does.
B-side and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I bet you he does. So yeah, I mean, there are all kinds of reasons to become a Mason. Yes, charity work,
giving, kindness, community, vestments, community centre, charity work,
playgrounds.
schools, playgrounds,
Park.
Lido.
What else? Like you know, Rotary Club.
Sort
of like bake sales.
What,
like
all the cool Mason things.
Summer fairs, maybe.
Stuff
to do with like jam.
Well, if Masons have affairs, Lottie, they keep it quiet. They keep it secret. So if Masons have some affairs, they don't come out. They get kept quiet because they're the Masons, the cool guys. They're not a secret society. They're a society with secrets, right? And that can be any kind of secret. Right. You know, there are some Masons who have more pogs than all the other Masons, and they haven't told them. They haven't disclosed.
They got like a special limited edition one.
Yeah, if you're a Mason, you don't have to disclose your pogs to the other Masons. You can keep your pogs.
Keep them in your little envelope.
You can put them in your little envelope and on your front thing.
And then put yourself through the letterbox.
And post yourself. Yeah. That's why, that's where the term postmodernism comes from.
Yeah, then you'll be
because Freemasons look like they can go through letterboxes, which is really nice. Really, really, really nice. Now, as somebody...
Do you reckon there's ever, like, a postmaster who's a grandmaster in the Masons? Sorry, I interrupted you, bro.
A postmaster and a grandmaster.
You're a grandmaster and you're also a postmaster. I mean,
I'll tell you what.
Funny joke at the office, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you what. I think, honestly, here in Shipton Abbot, I think the postman here, the postmaster, not the postman, the postmaster at the post office. I mean, look at him. Think about what he looks like.
Yeah,
He's pretty cool.
He's pretty cool. He always asks me what I'm going to eat.
He does. He likes to ask what you're having for dinner.
Yeah.
And
then he asks you about how you feel about various geopolitical events, and then everybody sort of has a moment or two of silence with internal despair.
What he does, the postmaster, who is quite possibly a grandmaster.
He might be
as well. Although I don't know whether he can DJ, but I can ask him next time I see him. He asks me the question, how are you? And honestly, at this point in history,
I don't really know how to answer.
I don't know how to answer that question. How are you?
I mean,
I'm living in a society which seems to think it's fine that the ruling classes kill everyone and eat everyone, and that the actual thing that runs our society is paedophile, sex trafficking, and cannibalism. And there has been for 3 years an open-air live-streamed 4K Holocaust being carried out that people still say isn't happening. An absolute total maniac runs America, and full Nazi fascism seems to have taken over the entire Western world. So how are you? Well, it's really quite complicated as a question to answer.
I can't really be in this world anymore, so I'm going to stay indoors.
But I tell you what, Lottie, all the times we've been to see that postmaster, actually a postmaster is a doctorate, isn't it? Yeah. But every time we go and see that postmaster, it's never struck me that he might be one of those cool Masons.
Well, I mean, we didn't know anything about him before.
No. So next time he asks me how I am...
I've never heard of him before.
Next time he asks me how I am, if he's one of those cool Masons, do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, better for seeing you. Better for seeing you today. Cool Mason, Grandmaster, Postmaster. I tell you, Lottie, who else is a cool Mason? That Peter Mandelbrot guy.
Peter Mandelbrot set.
Peter Mandelbrot set. He is a guy, Peter Mandelbrot, he's a guy who, and you shouldn't confuse him with that other paedophile, don't confuse him with him. Peter Mandelbrot, they've got some shared friends, but they're not the same man.
No.
But
and also, like,
I think they're both in the Masons.
But also, any sort of like similarity to people who might be sort of paedophiles and mass murderers and social groups overlapping and being in the Epstein files isn't evidence of wrongdoing, is it?
It's not evidence of
but
wrongdoing.
It is evidence of wrongdoing if you live in the Gaza Strip.
Yeah, that's evidence of wrongdoing.
Especially if even if you're a 5-year-old child.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, honestly, people have not really gone, and I don't even know if this has been discussed in the lodge environment, but people do have to start. More and more babies have been arming themselves.
Oh
lately.
yeah, well, I mean, I think after post-Epstein files release, maybe we should be getting the children to arm themselves.
Yeah, I also post-Epstein files release. That's the reason why more babies have been taking up smoking.
I mean, yeah.
It's really going bad. But all the babies in the West are apparently getting really. Stressed out, and sales of Marlboro Red in the under 2s demographic are currently through the roof. So the Indonesian smoking baby, who I've probably talked about before on this show, if you haven't seen him, look him up on the internets. Indonesian smoking baby. I'm not saying smoking's good, but I'm saying you'd be hard pressed to find a cooler looking baby. You can do smoke rings and everything, this baby. And anyway, now post-Epstein files released, all the babies of the world are going, well, if we're all going to get killed and eaten by billionaires, I might as well, live fast, die young, Buddy Holly, all that. So yeah, babies are, smoking, and they're not into vaping. Babies, the vaping hasn't hit with the under 2s market at all. They don't want all those strawberry flavors. They want the lovely
cigars.
Well, they like it's Marlboro Red apparently.
Right, okay,
they like the bright colour, but they also, and they the ones that sell the best are the ones, because some of them, I don't know if you've seen them, but some of the cigarette packets have actually got babies on them. And they're the most popular ones with babies. But that leads me to the next subject that I wanted to touch upon, which is babies in the Masons. Because you usually would associate Freemasonry, well, generally, people think it's old men, but like I said, women can also be Masons. Yeah. But also a lot of young, successful businessmen are also cool enough to be in the Masons. But you see, cool is not something which can be bottled, which can be packaged, which can be shrink wrapped and sold. Cool is not consumable. Cool is not something that can be created, but is something innate. Nature, not nurture. And so there are, of course, some babies which are so cool that they get to join the Masons when they're young. And you do get baby-sized vestments and little baby-sized business suits and things like that. And at the Masonic meetings, the babies do get to smoke cigars and make important business decisions and things like that. So if you're a mom or a dad and you've got a baby and you look at that baby and you think, wow, that baby is really cool, it would look really great with a cigar in its mouth, then maybe your baby has what it takes, yeah?
To be a Mason.
To be a Mason. To be among the elite. Because that's what the elite are. A lot of the elite are Masons because, well, if you're elite, then you're going to be cool, aren't you?
Like that woman who knows Prince Andrew, or the ex-girlfriend Prince Andrew. She said that.
She said, yeah, that you're no one. You're no one if you're not in the Epstein files. So you should want to be in the Epstein files. But I'm not saying that cool Masons are in the Epstein files, because remember, I'm asking the cool Masons to help us, to help fix society. Because come on, guys, come on. Your suit looks great. I've spent now an hour and 25 minutes complimenting all you Masons out there for how cool you are. So I'm going to need a little something back. What we need, Masons, is for you cool guys to make a plan, get together, have a meeting. I know you like doing that. You can get your vestments on as well, as long as you've got LED lights, otherwise you're going to get a bit hot. And like, you know, the days of Mozart and Newton, get together and discuss not how we're going to do any shady underhand business dealings or anything like that, but how we are going to make the world a better place. And we don't make the world a better place by talking about the economy and things like that. We make the world a better place by talking about people's minds, people's thoughts, people's ideas, people's aspirations. We get it by looking at animals, and interacting with animals, by looking at flowers and plants and trees and interacting with flowers and plants and trees, and maybe going back to some kind of humanity which we have all seemingly forgotten about in this society where people seem to relish
being really
horrible to one another. You know who doesn't do that, Lottie? Cool Masons. Because to be cool, you've also got to be a nice guy. Nobody's cool who's like a willy, you know, a bummo. None of those people are cool. If you're cool, you've also got a certain level of niceness, of tolerance, of understanding, of empathy, and that niceness, kindness, understanding, empathy, that is what cool Masons have. Doing as they do charity work, community work, bowling green, GP, caring the community records,
like caring the community and us.
Yeah. And like being cool, because you do all those things, cool Masons. So, like, why don't you do something to help the flailing world, Masons? If you think you're so cool, going around saying, look at me, I'm so cool, I'm a Mason, I've got vestments, then put your substantial amount of money where your mouth is, make like Mozart, and get composing and trying to fix the world, trying to envision a better world. Why do we live in a society where anyone who tries to envision a better world is told they're impractical and a dreamer and stupid, blah, blah, blah.
Or like people phone, like try and get them arrested or whatever.
Yeah, it seems to me
try and get in the house. Or
the innate thing of humans is being selfish and horrible to one another, and I don't want to do that. I want to have fun. I want to live in a world of empathy and understanding, and that's why I'm reaching out to the cool Masons who do like charity, community garden, food bank,
I don't know if they do the food bit.
Lido, outdoor, heated, public gym, fox hunt, helping, giving, and I'm reaching out to you, cool Masons, because you're the coolest guys, and you know how to
have a good time.
how to fix things. Your mind is as brisk as a beef brisket.
So mote it be.
So mote it be. Now you found out, Lottie, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I was thinking of it.
That contemporary, what they call Wicca practice, has its roots in Freemasonry.
Because of Gerald Gardner.
Gerald Gardner. Cool guy.
Nah, really no. Who did the whole revivalism thing? Oh,
But
no,
wasn't... Oh, you mean he wasn't a Mason?
No, he is a Mason.
Oh, he isn't, so he
think,
must be cool.
No. I mean,
He's cool for being a Mason, but his extracurricular stuff is not so cool.
I just think that Wicca is not real.
And so all of the language and ritual that so-called Wicca people use is actual free. They're doing Freemasonry.
And I am happy to say none of my practice comes from anything that these people.
Yeah, because Lottie is a witch.
It's just that I kind of.
I'm a witch too.
Gardnerian Wicca, I was just reading about it, believes that the man has to pass it to the woman, passes it to the man. It's all very. I don't know. He sounds like a sticky sexual predator.
Sounds a
really.
bit group sex.
And then what else? He was a raging homophobe. Was just horrible about it. And I just think it's. I don't know. I was. I've met a lot of people who say that they're Wiccans or whatever, and it does just mainly seem to be so that people can hang out with each other and talk about. Blah.
Do you know what Wicca is?
The Jam Festival.
I've just realised what contemporary Wicca practice is. It's, you know, like
revival.
Do you remember like that guy, that real cool guy said to us once, SoundCloud is for people who aren't good enough to be on Spotify. Well, Wicca is the SoundCloud to the Mason Spotify. Wicca is for those people with a bit of an interest, but who just aren't cool enough
I think people
to make the grade to be a Mason.
Come on. Yeah. Freemason fresh, baby. You know the vibe. Square can compass way up. Ha ha. Yeah. Come on. He's a Freemason man and he loves that fact. Got a Mason ring and a blue silk sash. Walk in the room like it owned the whole place. Big Mason smile on his confident face. Mason badge pinned on front so clean. Talking about brotherhood lodge routine. Got the regalia pressed, got the apron on tight. Feel like a superstar every single night. Freemason swagger man, he dripping in pride. Little Mason embers got him glowing inside. Everybody laugh when he start that speech, but they clap real fast when he helped the streets. Food drives, coat drives, books for the school. Freemason dude still acting cool. Talking about charity, history codes. Then he posed for a pic in his ceremony robes. He say, Freemason build, Freemason give. That's the only way a real Mason live. From the lodge downtown to the neighborhood block. He feels 10 feet tall when he hear that knock. Knock, knockity knock. I'm a Freemason baby, coolest in the city. Mason badge shine and the suit look pretty. Freemason walk with all the black gloves. Whole lodge crew show community love. Mason life, yeah, he wear it with pride. Little gold compass on the passenger side. Freemason dreams, Freemason glow. Walking like a king everywhere he go. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, come on. Let me hear. Freemason chain swing side to side. He got 30 little Mason pins keep inside. Velvet display case clean on the shelf. Every Freemason item make him feel himself. Mason handshake smooth. Mason shoes on gloss. Talking like a grandmaster, moving like a boss. Pancake breakfast, everyone knows his name. Freemason energy, loving the fame. Helping old folks rake leaves in the fall. then it's back with his brothers. We have to start that verse again because I zoomed in. Yeah. Helping old folks rake leaves in the fall. Back to the large hall, dressed tall. Freemason brothers all raising a toast. He swear Freemasons community toast. Scholarship checks and donations too. Then he hit the dance floor in the navy blue. Freemason swagger with the anthem beat. Whole lodge vibing while they stomp their feet. Mason this, Freemason that. Whole crowd bounce when he tipped that hat. He ain't low key, he letting it show. Freemason pride everywhere he go. I'm a Freemason, baby, coolest ever living. Mason heart big, cause a Freemason's giving. Mason badge glow when the chandelier lights. Freemason kings on a Friday night. Community strong and the suits all crisp. Freemason style got the whole room lit. Square and compass high, everybody know. A Freemason star everywhere he go. Yeah! Come on! Let me hear you in the lodge. Yeah! Let me hear you. Give it up. Booyaka, hit it, Phizmiz, step into place. Mason bad shine bright. Whoa. Oh. Oh, well, maybe that's the end of the Freemason song.
Maybe.
Have to end there, I'm afraid.
Is it like the...
Hey, Lottie, do you know what Masons do? Freemasons, do you know what Masons do if they're upset about something?
No.
They lodge a complaint. Huh? They lodge a complaint. That's my first ever Freemason joke. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, my first ever Freemason joke, and wasn't it a good one?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I'm going to try and come up with some more.
Which was about, well, it wasn't about Freemasons, it was about like sort of Masons, as in like actual, not
Stonemason.
Yeah, but I
Salt of the earth.
You know, a sort of TV show about female stonemasons called Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, that would be nice. Well, you know, that could also be a documentary about the in and out complex world of being a female mason, because there are. I didn't expect it, but apparently some women, Lottie, are cool enough to be in the Mason.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? Like, that must be some women who are like as cool as guys.
They're not like other girls.
Yeah, not like other girls. I mean, that can happen. There are some women, yes, listeners, who are cool enough to join the Masons. One of those women was my grandmother, and I've got her lovely ladies Freemason badge right here in my house in Shipton Abbot, which, you know, makes me feel.
Oh, great.
I feel connected. I feel cool, and I feel the passage of time. I feel how cool transcends time, and that's the thing about Freemasonry. It's been hundreds of years, but those guys, Dan, you know, they just stop time. I don't know if you've ever, listeners, heard a cool Mason talking, but
I bet it really stops time.
if you've ever imagined what it would listen to, what it would be like to listen to Mozart speaking, to hear about the thought processes that went into the composition of Don Giovanni, to hear about the personal darkness in the Requiem, to hear about the process that led him to compose the Marriage of Figaro almost entirely in the key of C, to have a little chat with him about texture in symphonic writing, for him to tell you about the dreams of astral bodies that he had when he was composing the Jupiter Symphony. I don't know, I'm just conjecturing, speculating. But that, Lottie, that conversation is what it's like talking to a cool Mason.
Wow. So they all know all about Mozart. No, I'm guessing.
Yeah. All Masons,
Next time one of
they
them
know
gets angry with me,
Mozart.
I'm going to challenge him to
Yeah.
Mozart off.
Cool Masons know Mozart inside out. The more like high up, like if you're just entering the Masons, if you're like low level cool Mason, then you know quite well, and you get to know better the kind of more poppy moments of Mozart,
Right.
Eine kleine Nachtmusik, the oboe concerto,
Well, I don't know whether is
and
it
things
really
like
poppy?
that. Yeah, it's melodic, it's catchy, it's got a lovely melodic second movement, heart-rending, and you're into you're into them. Mid-level Masons get more into his piano music.
Right, yeah.
So all Masons, all cool Masons, this is a little known fact. This is one of the secrets they keep. I'm sorry, I am going to reveal one or two Freemason secrets in the next 20 minutes
Be careful.
before the end of this run.
Dark past.
Well, we might have the Mormons hanging around outside our house looking in our window again.
Tall Mormons.
The tall Mormons and cool Masons. What was I talking about?
One of the secrets of.
Oh yeah, one of the secrets of Freemasonry is that all mid-range Masons can play all of Mozart's piano music from K 24 through to K 196.
Wow.
Yeah, all of them. Every single Mason can do that, so they are never short on someone to play the DX7 at their
that's good news.
thing. The Yamaha DX7 is also a core component of Freemasonry practice.
Right.
In the old days, they used to do more with like pedal harmoniums and things. Well, that was more
like pre that. Okay, right, yeah.
the Moog in Freemasonry. That's more. It didn't catch on immediately. It was like 5 years after the well-tempered synthesizer that Masons started to use the Moog. But that was during the hippie movement and the 1970s, when the Masons were dropping more acid, the rituals became a little more colourful, might we say, a little more exciting. Some of the practices a little more esoteric, and that's why Stanley Kubrick himself, a big fan of the cool Masons. That's why he made his final film, Eyes Wide Shut. Because he'd gone through, he'd made The Killing, he'd made Paths of Glory, he'd made Lolita, he'd made Doctor Strangelove, he'd made 2001: A Space Odyssey, he'd made Clockwork Orange, he'd made Barry Lyndon, he'd made the Shining, he'd made Full Metal Jacket, and then in the years in between, from like 1985 to 1999, he was just doing, because he wanted to be like as cool as the Masons, so he was doing like charity work, giving, library, pancake breakfast, cheese boards, helping, giving, and he'd done so much of that, Stanley and his wife Christiana Kubrick, in trying to emulate the spirit of the Masons, that he thought, well, I'm just going to have to throw my oar in and get back to doing what I do best. I'm going to make one last movie, and dang it if it's not going to be about the coolest guys on the planet, the Freemasons. And so he got Tom Cruise himself, a cool Mason and cool Scientologist. Because that's the thing, like, to be a cool Mason, you can have any religion. On the Mason, like the Cool Masons official website, it's a Sikh man that they're ingratiating into the lodge to come and eat some roast beef and brisket, gravy, gammon, pork, scratchings, pancake, breakfast, giving, charity, community, to bring them into that. So you can be any religion that you want. You might even be able to be a baby-eating Satanist to be in the Masons, but don't quote me on that, because I've got to tell you, I don't think baby-eating murderers are cool. In fact, I think they're very, very uncool, so they should not be allowed to join the Masons. Only cool people should be allowed to join the Masons, otherwise it's just going to become a shadow of its former self. So
you don't want to let them motor.
No. So like cool guys, bankers, businessmen, people who work at Channel Solutions, architecture company guys, Cloud Expo guys.
Down the accounts.
Yeah.
Cornflower Blue.
Yep.
Icon.
All of those people.
Cornflower Blue Sky Thinking.
Yep. Giving, charity, clock tower, fixing, building.
Village Hall.
Village Hall. The Masons got it all. With the what?
Repairing the church bells.
Repairing the church bells, fixing the church roof, making sure that all the children are safe. That's what the Masons do, because they're working for the community.
And who is the community if it isn't its children?
Exactly. Who is the community if it isn't its children? So make sure, dear listeners, that you are aspiring to at least, if not be, a cool Mason. Then, you know, you could at least you could at least hope to be in the company of an entered apprentice. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment up on the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. I was shouting the bits that were in italic.
Oh, were they in italic?
On this Mason text. Yeah, on this cool Mason text. Okay, I'm going to return on our Freemason special today to the Freemason fan site and tell you about the coolest living Masons ever.
Oh, who is it today?
Well, the tech and design innovator Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, is one of the most famous contemporary tech icons and joined the fraternity in California. For the music legend Rick Wakeman, the virtuosic keyboardist of the progressive rock band Yes, is a proud, confirmed Freemason and past master of his lodge, Grandmaster Wakeman.
Wow.
Country music star Brad Paisley is also a known member. For the sports and pop culture icon Shaquille O'Neal, the legendary NBA player, DJ and pop culture giant, has proudly mentioned his Masonic affiliation. For the space explorer Buzz Aldrin, the legendary Apollo 11 astronaut who walked on the moon, is an active, highly decorated Master Mason. For the civil rights trailblazer Reverend Jesse Jackson, a titan of American civil rights and a 33rd degree Prince Hall Freemason. Now, I'd like you to know, Lottie,
Yeah.
in some branches of Freemasonry, the meal itself becomes ceremonial.
Oh, really?
A table lodge is a formal dining event that incorporates ritual, coordinated toasts, symbolic language, and occasionally humorous traditions. Depending on the lodge, members may refer to forks, glasses, or wine using playful, coded terminology rooted in centuries-old customs, which means
really?
that Masons are like so cool. They don't
They
accept.
don't use like the word plate. They
Yeah.
say like chair.
They do.
Oh,
They don't
really?
accept the normal form, the normal accreditation of things. They realise, cool Masons realise that, like Goody Pal said, reality is a pliable thing. Reality is bendable, and no one knows that more than the cool Freemasons. Well, we're in the last 10 minutes of the program, and I'm hoping that this show has cleared up the loose ends and that the cool Masons aren't angry with me anymore.
I know.
And they're not going to send me any more angry messages.
But, feel free to, because it's doing wonders for my view count.
Yeah, it's wonderful. You can hear the wonderful song which you heard earlier, Dig That Freemason NRG, on YouTube. Just search for it. Dig That Freemason NRG.
And who couldn't dig it?
Yeah, it's already changing lives and minds all around the globe, all around the world. People are starting to finally dig that Freemason energy. And these cool guys, these cool, well-dressed, besuited, vestmented guys can finally get to have the impact on society that they deserve. Because, don't you think, this world, this society could be so much better if the Freemasons were just allowed to express themselves and just allowed to do a fraction of the good things that Freemasons do. Charity work,
Bake sales.
gardening, bake sales,
Mulching.
community centre, mulching, tea dance, tarpaulin. Good one, Lottie. Got any more?
Pine furniture.
Pine furniture sale. Tabletop sale.
Yeah.
Rotary club, Rotary modulations, and I hope for you, dear listener, this program has swayed you more towards joining your brothers in the lodge, because I mean, the Masons are really cool, so I think they should love to have a cool guy like me, huh? They're really cool.
Time hanging out with men.
Hanging out with, I would love to, you know.
Oh, it sounds great.
You know, honestly, Lottie, I've got to say that when I sit here and I talk with you, and you're very intellectually stimulating. You're very funny. You're very witty, and you are mind-bogglingly beautiful to look at. So much that it gives me utter joy every morning, and every day when I wake up and see you next to me, it makes the voice of God sing within me. But
Well, that's nice.
But when I wake up and I see you, I see you now, doing some work, looking so elegant, sophisticated, like the kind of partner that I always dreamed of. There is this part of me which goes, but damn, I wish it was a businessman. If only Lottie was a Mason,
I mean, yeah, fair
they'd
enough,
be
really.
perfect. If only Lottie was a cool Mason.
That's what a lot of other people said. You know, any good characteristics about my life like pale in comparison because I'm not very good at business.
And you're not a mason.
No, and I'm not a mason. So I propose that somebody takes me out the back of, like, I don't know, the co-op in wherever, and has me killed.
Oh,
Because
right.
that's what that's better than.
Well, I mean, you'd have
That's
to.
better than not being good at running a business plan.
Yeah, but you'd have to go somewhere else to do that because the Masons, they're cool. They're not into all that.
No, I wasn't.
They're not
I
into
wasn't talking about
violence.
them.
They do, like, well, think about it. Think about it. There are millions of Masons in the world.
Yeah.
Let's say if there's 50 million 50 million Masons in the world, then I would say at least 5 to 10 million of them are going to be grandmasters. Well, that's a lot of DJs.
Yeah, really.
That's a
Lot
lot.
of weddings.
That's a lot of weddings. So yeah, dear listeners, I hope this has been enlightening, and I hope it will encourage you to do more wonderful things in your community, just like what the Masons do. You know, charity work, hospital, car park, bake sale,
Floral design workshop,
Christmas tree,
immersive dining,
exhibition,
small batch
kimchi, and like vestments, smocks.
smock,
Make sure,
hat maker.
but make sure, listener, if you are going to become a cool Mason, make sure you use a lodge which has newfangled LED lights. Otherwise, you are going to get very, very hot in those vestments. Aren't they, Lottie?
And you don't want to sweat.
You don't want to sweat. You don't want to sweat. Like Prince
Like
Andrew,
says,
he can't
he
sweat.
can't, so he
And
doesn't
for
worry
him,
about
because
it.
obviously, like, you know, he's obviously a cool Mason, right? And it was very dangerous for him at that time, because this was like the 1980s, when he went to lodge meetings and didn't realise just how hot it was getting. You know,
Yeah.
after his...
Yeah, 'cause he can't sweat, so he can't tell.
He can't
just get
tell.
really-
He can't tell.
dehydrated.
Yeah, and so after one of his initiation ceremonies, there was nothing of him left.
Oh,
He'd
really?
gone down to skin and bone.
We shouldn't
Poor
leave
Prince
him-
Andrew.
You shouldn't leave him in a hot car.
No, don't leave him in a hot car. But it's okay, Lottie. I've got good news. Prince Andrew is fat again. Now, listeners, don't worry. Nothing to be concerned about. Prince Andrew is fat. Yes.
Good.
And a cool Mason. Is the king a cool Mason? I don't know. Is the king a cool Mason? Prince Philip, his dad, was definitely a cool Mason. He was so cool, wasn't he? Prince Philip was such a cool Mason that when he died, Six Music
Yeah, they
stopped
did.
playing upbeat music,
Ah.
and they were like this. Today, a great cool Mason has passed, and the world is one Mason less well off. And they played all the really sad music, like The Wind
Coldplay.
Beneath My Wings, Coldplay, Lido, charity work, bake sale. Has there been a band called
Flanger.
Bake Sale? Flanger, reverb, delay, ring modulator. That is a very true thing. All cool Masons
Knowledge.
have modulated rings. That's true, don't they?
Yeah.
All cool Masons. Well, dear listeners, we're coming to the end of this amazing Masonic special here on Sound Art Radio. I would wager it's the first ever program about being a cool Mason on Sound Art Radio. And I think that while we've been doing this, technician Chris has been getting on that website and typing in, how do I become
A Mason.
a cool
A cool
Mason?
No less.
So Chris, let me tell you, all you have to do is go, I think it's freemasons.org. It might be freemasons.org.uk. And Chris, I know that, like, you're a pretty cool guy. You've got a cool beard. You've got good taste in music. You run a super cool radio station. But have you ever considered joining the Masons? You might want to think about that. This is Sound Art Radio.